What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Today we will be talking about the latest Arsenal news, people, including a surprise link for Paul Pogba. Hector Bellerin looks to be on his way out as well, and Wright has tipped Arsenal to get Tammy Abraham this summer. I'm still struggling to get my head around Tammy at Arsenal, I can't lie, but he is doing his thing in Italy. Big up to each and every one of you for tuning in today. I hope that you've been able to tune in all right. There were problems on YouTube yesterday. It wasn't with our channel, it was YouTube. And some people couldn't get in. It's like we had a party and the man on the door don't want to let people in. Talking about, you got the wrong footwear on and them things there. Let everyone in the party, bro. Everyone's here today, hopefully. Big up to each and every one of you. Make sure if you're here that you smash that like button and subscribe. Daily content settings. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Link in the description. And also go check out the Talk is Cheap show. We recorded it this morning. And I believe it's just come out now. So go and check that out after this. Big up to everyone in the chat. Let's see who's in here. Dre, yo, big meeting already. Yeah, man. I haven't even got this year's Arsenal home kit. This is the last home kit I had. And yeah, man, the red Yankee. A lot of man come for me in the comments. Say, what you got a New York Yankees thing for? I don't support them, but the NYC thing, man. They want 100 million for Tammy. See it there? I don't want him anywhere near Arsenal for anywhere near that. Big up Harvey in the chat. Hope you're well, bro. Big up Penalty Spot. Curtis Shaw in the house. Smash the likes, people. RSPB Gaming. Hey, Curtis, just want to say thanks. I'm currently bedridden with COVID. Your video streams have been a nice distraction the last 2 days. Get well soon, RSPB Gaming. Hope you're well, bro. Top looking fire. The good old days, man. The good old days at Wembley, mashing up Chelsea in the final, man. But, hey, hopefully we'll go even further than that in the future. Curtis Late from the Armory buying up the Stella McCartney. Bro, you ain't seeing me in that Zebra/Crystal Palace, whatever kind of foolishness that is. You will not see me in that, trust me. Asem said, yo, Curtis, first time commenting, been watching for over a year, but never comment. Here it is, big up. Yo, he's here, man. Asem said, debut settings, man. It's amazing how many people watch the video, but don't comment. But it is what it is. I respect it, man. As long as you're here, people, then you're here. It's good to have you here. Let me go into Granit Xhaka mode, people, and slow it down because the comments are absolutely flying in. Appreciate you all tuning in. And, a few bits and bobs to talk about, people. You might see it if we get top 4. I'll be clear. I'll turn up there with a van and just take everything if we get top 4. Would you take Pogba? Well, yes, I would. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the first story of the day. Paul Pogba. Paul Pogboom. He's on his way out. Now, again, people. Again. Before I talk about it, we have spoken about Pogba before. But I want to know your thoughts and your opinions and whether you would. Obviously, there's going to be a poll up. I couldn't get a poll up yesterday because YouTube was ramping. As I say, more polls than a strip club. We're here today, people. Paul Pogba. There is a story today in the press saying that Arsenal could be one of the 2 English clubs that are trying to sign Pogba. They believe the other club could be Chelsea, but obviously Chelsea are having financial difficulties. The club hasn't been taken over. They can't sign anybody or even extend a contract. It's a simple question. Would you take Paul Pogba at Arsenal on a free transfer? It would be on massive wages. I'm not going to lie, people. I'd take him. I would absolutely 100% take him. Like, there is no doubt in my mind. I would take Paul Pogba at Arsenal on a free all day long. Now, don't get me wrong. Hasn't been in great form. Would be on big wages. But you get him next to Thomas Partey, and I think you see a better Pogba than the one you're seeing at Manchester United. Because he's playing next to a man like McChicken, McSauce, McTominay and Fred Flintstone. You put the general next to him, and I'm all over it on a free. I can't lie. But I want to get your opinions. Harvey, thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, I hope you load the van, Curtis. Know what us Scousers are like for getting stuff in vans quick. Hey, I'm telling you, man, come and load that up, man. Brookside settings, man. Jimmy Corkill business. But yeah, man. Yeah, the poll's got to go up. Now, they're saying Pogba's looking for around £350,000 a week. So, effectively, the 350 you just got Aubameyang off, you'd be throwing it straight at Pogba. Dre said, Arteta wouldn't be able to handle him, and that would be the problem, in my opinion. I couldn't see Pogba and Mikel Arteta working. Gunnar Colt said, Curtis, Pogba is an absolute no. Too much money, too inconsistent. I want better than Partey. Not made better by Partey. We already have that with Xhaka. Yeah, I hear you, but he's 10 times better than Granit Xhaka. He's not even close. He's way better than him. Listen, I understand the frustration with Pogba. He's inconsistent. He's been injury prone the last couple of years as well. But the talent is it's undeniable. And you get Partey next to him. Imagine Partey, Pogba, and Odegaard. Would you take Pogba at Arsenal? There you go. It's in there, people. Let me know. Like me, I can't lie. I'd be all over it. McChicken McSauce, man. You know what I mean? The man can't perform. Ain't even a McChicken sandwich, bruv. The man's the McChicken Mayo, 99p McTominay, the cheap version. You know what I mean? On the saver menu. He needs prime steak next to him, bro. And he's got that with Thomas Partey. But I can understand why some of you would say no to it. But I'd take the gamble. Pogba has done nothing in 3 years. I will pass. We don't need players like that. The General and the Maverick, get him in now. Let me just check out his stats, people. Pogba stats. What's he done the last few years stats-wise? Wow. He's missed a lot of football. He's missed a heck of a lot of football. Yeah, he hasn't done much since 2018-19. I can't lie. He's injured. Injured a lot, man. I didn't realise he'd missed that much football. Pogba's 29. Just turned 29 at the start of last week. Wants a 3-year deal, apparently, but I still think he's a class act. I really do. I would take the gamble. I would actually take a gamble on him. Chicken steak burger settings, man. Pogba with Partey will bring a lot of stability in midfield. A lot of power as well. Power. Not happening. He's French under Wenger, sure, but not for Arteta. Solomon said, is talent alone worth the risk? That's a good point. You have to produce. We've seen talent, not produce before. Ben Arthur and great talented players like that, but it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. We'll see what the poll says. For me, people, I'm going to be honest, I would take the gamble. I would take the gamble on him. I don't know why. He's a free. A half-decent centre mid is going to cost you at least 35 to 40 million for someone half-decent. 35 to 40 million. Then you're going to have to give him 100 grand a week at least. We gave Partey 200 grand a week. And there's no guarantees. You're getting Pogba on a free. You're going to have to pay him big wages. It's an interesting one. I'll let you decide in the poll. I'll let you decide. Pogba could possibly rope in Guendouzi into Mikel's good boy list. I don't know about that. Why can't we go for Basuma? I like Basuma, but Basuma's got this court case pending, man. I don't see Arsenal going for him. We've never really been linked with him either. It's more the fans, I think, who said it, you know? But we'll have to see. Penalty Spot said, don't want him to be the next Lasuk, though, Curtis. It's a risk, but one worth taking. I can understand why some fans will say no to Pogba, because some of you will say, right, 29, injury prone, massive wages, probably won't get on with Arteta. On the other hand, I'm just saying, the talent. Can you just give him the platform? He's a boyhood Arsenal fan. He said he supported Arsenal when he was a kid. I'd take the chance. I can't lie. I would take the chance. Someone said not good for the wage structure. Listen, I would say this is what I would say to the team. I would say, when any of you do what he's done in his career, Then come and knock on the door and complain about the wage that he's getting. Until then, relax yourself. Because last time I checked, he's got a World Cup winning medal in his cabinet. And he was instrumental in that as well. It's not like he was a passenger. So I don't think no one at Arsenal could complain about Pogba getting big wages. But I hear you. Fitz said he was stunning in the last World Cup, but I'm still not sure, and that says a lot. I think sometimes, not all the time, I think deals like Willian have scarred Arsenal, the fan base, into ever taking a chance with a player like that. You know, even Dembele the other day, everyone was like, no, don't go for Dembele. No, Lewandowski, no chance. Don't do it. Pogba, no. It seems like people don't want none of these. Some of them work sometimes. Some of them work, these free transfers. You know, a lot of people said, no, Coutinho, he's finished, mate. He's been good at Villa. I know he wasn't great against us. But Pogba, for me, is still a top talent. You know, he was good in the Euros for France. Brilliant in the World Cup. I know we're not France. I know, that's the thing. Is it a case of the Premier League doesn't work for him? Maybe he needs to go into another league. Curtis, the two English clubs interested in Pogba are Villa and Newcastle. This was according to one of the papers. I can't see Villa. Villa couldn't get near him. Wage-wise. Pogba was a passenger more than the driver for that World Cup. Oh, I think that's harsh, man. That is harsh. Look at him in the final, man. He was instrumental. Because central line of Lloris, Varane, Kante, Griezmann and Mbappe. Nah, I got to give Pogba his dues, man. He bopped in the World Cup. He'd probably love London. Exactly. Better weather. He's an Arsenal fan. Fresh start. I would listen. It's a good debate. It's a good debate anyway. Pogba and Partey would be really good. Powerhouse, man. Pogboom business, people. From Mohamed El Neni, by the way. There is always a risk factor with every signing. Doesn't matter how old or young, 100%. Jay Dime said I'd take him, but it won't happen. Reem said a bunch of Souness's in here. Bring Pogba to the carpet, said Stan. Johan said, I think he has the ability to change the way we play and the type of play Arteta wants to do as well. He would sell shirts. Well, they'd like that. Wasim said I'd take him. I just can't see Mikel and Pogba in sync. Listen, give my overall thoughts. Number one, I don't think the deal will happen. I don't think Mikel Arteta would go anywhere near him. And I mean anywhere near him. So I don't see the deal happening. Also, the wage would be a massive put-off. You know, a 29-year-old on 350. But if it was there and Arsenal could do it, I would take the risk. Personally, I would take the risk. But I can understand why a lot of you are saying no. Let's end the poll there and let's see what you're saying. 68% of you say you would take Paul Pogba and 31% say no. For some reason, there's always a percent missing on the vote. You know, where's the other percent gone? But hey, 68% of you would take Pogba. So, hey, but I just don't see it happening, you know. Scarrety said, too much ego. Oyson said, if we sign Pogba, we are going against what we are building here at Arsenal. Try to find the new Pogba and mould him into what you need. I'm not with it. The interesting thing was that Edu, if you look back on that Edu interview, what he said last season, Edu said that last summer, we were trying to get numbers. We were trying to boost the squad and get numbers in. And he was saying that moving forward, if it develops the way we want, we're going to look to get 2 or 3 players instead of buying 6 or 7. So the quality level should lift up and less quantity. Now, in my eyes, that would mean that we are going to sometimes sign higher rated players, higher wage players, higher in age players as well. I don't think Arsenal will keep buying 21, 22, 23. I think every now and then you need a 26, 27-year-old who's won big trophies, who's played at the biggest of clubs, you know, and got that experience to be able to help the youngsters as well. So we'll have to see. Strip club is open, said Mexican Guna. Tamona said Kessie will be fire. I think he's announced he's signing for Barca. Pogba not the current age. Aouar or Renato Sanchez would be. Plus Pogba and Arteta will be a mismatch. Please mention my comment. There you go. Yeah, you listen. You make a good point there. Aouar is like the new Yanam Villa. We've been linked with him every year, and you know, we never seem to get him. Adams, thank you for the super chat. He said, actually, Curtis, he doesn't have the World Cup medal anymore. It got stolen. Oh, why you got to do that? You know what? I shouldn't. Listen, it's you're right. He doesn't have that World Cup medal. They nicked it out of his house. But you know what I mean? He won the World Cup medal at one point. Haroon said, spot on, Curtis. Razil said, we need superstars. For me, I want to see magic come through the door now. This summer, I want to see players. Remember when we signed Alexis Sanchez? Remember when we signed Mesut Ozil? Remember when we signed Aubameyang? These were players that you were so confident that something was going to happen because you knew their quality level already. You didn't have to think, well, in 2 years or if he settles. Look at the pandemonium outside the Emirates when we signed Ozil, because we knew we've signed one of the best number 10s in world football. We need signings like that where you're like, yo, this striker's going to bang goals. It won't go wrong. We've signed a midfielder that's going to be a monster next to Thomas Partey. They're the levels that we need to look at this summer. But they're not easy and they're not cheap. Penalty spot question is, does Pogba want to help the youngsters? Not sure he has that type of mentality. Arteta will have to sell the dream to him, transmit the winning process. I mean, it's funny because in the French squad, they say he's a very... he's a leader, but then at United, it seems totally different. But hey, we'll have to see, people. We'll have to see. Yeah, the super chat was harsh. I can't lie. He caught me off guard with that one as well. Dybala and Pogba for free. Mbappe's free. This could be one of the biggest years ever for free transfers. It really could. Would you go for Martial? I wouldn't go for Martial. I got to be honest. I think he's overhyped. I really do. I said, I'm in love with the T-Pain settings, man. I ain't heard that song for years, man. When auto-tune went, he disappeared real quick. He'd be great in the Champions League. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. We got if we get in the Champions League, we're going to have to take it up a level, people. We're going to have to take it up a level. Because a lot of these players haven't played Champions League, So you need players that know how to deal with Barcelona away, Bayern Munich away, Inter Milan, those kind of games. Magic, hey, listen, bro. I never said Aubameyang was on the same level as Mesut Ozil, so relax yourself. Quote me on what I said. I'm saying when we signed Ozil, when we signed Aubameyang, when we signed Alexis Sanchez, remember, we lost Alexis in January. I was absolutely fuming. When we signed Aubameyang, I calmed down real quick because I believed he was going to bang goals in. I'm not saying he was on the same level as Ozil. I'm saying they're the kind of signings where you feel almost certain that they're going to have a major impact, So, yeah, you relax yourself, Magic. You're very close to a 3-minute timeout, You're coming for me today. Pogba is a has-been. I mean, listen, I wouldn't go as far as that. I really think that's a bit too extreme. Still a good player. Timeout settings here. Come for the king. Better grab the crown. Respect T-Pain, Curtly. He's that guy. He's on Twitch now. Is he on Twitch, yeah? Don't worry, I'll be on Twitch next week, people. I promise you. We're arriving next week. Pogba will go PSG or Madrid. Zach said Martial is better than Rashford. Similar level, really. Similar level, Similar level. But I think Rashford's younger, innit? So we'll have to see. But in general, I can see there's a lot of question marks in the community about Pogba. Anthony said, the sad truth is Arteta and Edu love Xhaka and likely aren't even looking for an upgrade to play next to Partey. Xhaka is their guy. We won't sign a top centre mid. You know what? You make a great point there. And that would be a serious worry for me because Arsenal have got so much loyalty to Paul Pogba, to Granit Xhaka, that if we got top 4, I could see them saying, do you know what? Let's not upgrade on him. Like, this guy he's a major part of the reason why we're in the top 4. You just wouldn't be surprised if they did that with him because they seem to love him. Remember Edu's interview last year where he was like, oh, we didn't want to buy a midfielder that went ahead of Xhaka. And you're like, what? So I don't understand. Now, a lot of you are telling me in the comments, people, about something that's happened with Mesut Ozil. I'm trying to just read up on it now. Apparently, he's been suspended by Fenerbahce. Does anyone have any reason or explanation why? It's saying there's a statement The reason, oh no, maybe the reason hasn't been made public, apparently. He captained them on Sunday and has now been suspended by the club. I mean, hey, yeah, it doesn't look like any details have been released as to why. A man said Ozil has 8 goals, 2 assists in 14 starts. His removal from the squad is for political reasons. It's crazy that. Ozil excluded. I mean, what happened at Arsenal was kind of political, you could say. Ozil had an argument with his current manager about being subbed off, playing Fortnite, missed training. Yeah, listen, honestly, if you said to me now, will Granit Xhaka be at Arsenal next season? I think he'll be here. I think he'll very much be here. I've got to be honest. I think he'll very much be at the club next season. Big up NS Sports TV. Kennedinho said he was subbed off at half time and started arguing with the manager. He's been awful so far for Fenerbahce. Matt said, big up from Singapore, Curtis. This lockdown has got me trouble sleeping, so I'd open your podcast, leave it on to help me fall asleep. Sometimes your jokes crack me up. Great to catch up on live today. I hope I'm not putting you to sleep through boredom, bro. No, really. Nah, listen, hope everything's all right. I know a lot's going off in different parts of the world, and appreciate you tuning in today, bro. I haven't seen your name in the comments for a while. Pap said, Big C superstars, those do not bring you anything. We had Alexis, Ozil, Santi, and nothing. Look at Man U's teams and systems, consistency. But listen, if you have the system and the stars, you can get there. When we had Alexis, Ozil, and Santi, we had Giroud. Giroud was holding us back. We didn't play the way that he required us to play. We had Mustafi at the back, making mistakes. Hector Bellerin, Peter Cech, the old man in goal, So we didn't have that balance throughout the whole team. Make sure you smash the likes, people. Can we hit 1,000 likes? Already 1,300 of you in here. Make sure you follow us on Twitch as well. I'd love to hit 1,000 on Twitch before we get going next week. I think we're on about 720. Link is in the description. Follow me on there, people. And we'll get going on there next week, definitely. Track 8, Sleepy Curtis. Look, you know what I mean? Mick Ross, I thought it was press conference settings, man. Curtis, bro, it's truth time. Were you offside in your intro video, the second goal? I can neither confirm nor deny, Assad. Listen, they say you're onside if the flag doesn't go up, and the flag never went up. If I was a step in front of him, then, so be it. But that flag never went up, and that goalkeeper got horribly chipped, I can't lie. But, yeah, I may have been slightly offside, but there's no VAR at them levels, to be honest, is there? Right, let's move on. Let's move on, people. Edu's biggest summer yet. Every window since he came in, he has shown his inability to get deals done. Release clause settings, man can't negotiate. I hear you on that. It's a big summer for Edu. Can't hide anymore, mate. He can't hide. Assad, yeah, man. Jeez, you spot everything, innit, man? That's good eyesight, to be fair. You're the first person who's asked me that. Latte, big up to you, bro. Pogba will definitely ball out alongside Partey. I'm ready for it, man. I'm telling you, Pog boom at Arsenal. I take that, but a lot of people aren't having it. But we move, people. We move. Couple of bits of good news for Arsenal. Christian said the best and biggest teams have stars. Elite levels have to be throughout the organisation to go to the top. This club needs pedigree, and this will be a massive test. If Arteta gets us in the Champions League, it will be another big hurdle for him, because all of a sudden it's, can you outwit PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid? Can you buy big players? Can you convince top stars to come to Arsenal? No disrespect to the players that we signed in the summer, but it's not hard for Arsenal to sign Aaron Ramsdale from Championship Sheffield United. It's not hard to sign Ben White from relegation threatened Brighton. It's not hard to sign Martin Odegaard, who didn't even have a squad number at Real Madrid and couldn't get a kick. It's not hard to sign Tomiyasu from Bologna. Nuno Tavares was on the bench at Benfica, and Lokonga from Anderlecht. They are very easy signings for Arsenal. Let's be honest, we got Partey because we quadrupled his wages and there was a release clause. Can he sign a player on a level of a Pogba or somebody like that and deal with them and also convince them to sign for us? So he's going to have another big hurdle to overcome if we do get in the top four. So yeah, big up yourself, Christian. Arsenal wish Saliba in his birthday. Will he return? Well, that's a good start for one, that they wished him happy birthday. It is his birthday today, so big up Saliba. Magic said, Curtis, did you see how legendary Pat was introduced to the Hall of Fame? 5 times the player Pogba is. Just gives a clue of what levels is, but them levels there don't get reached very often. You know, them levels are very different. But I understand, listen, it was great to see him there. Curtis Shaw TV on Twitch, but because I haven't put a video out, if you go on Twitch and type it in, it won't show up. Apparently, it doesn't show up until you start putting out content. So the link is in the description. If you click on that, that will take you there, people. Jay Kang, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a great day, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Blessings to you. Right, let's move on, people. Let's move on. Couple of bits of good news for Arsenal. Nothing major, but, you know, just it shows that things are moving in the right direction. Premier League Player of the Month nominations for March. 8 players in there, and as you can see, Arsenal's very own Bukayo Saka is in the nominations for Player of the Month. Matty Cash from Aston Villa, Chalobah from Chelsea, Havertz from Chelsea as well, Kane and Kulusevski from Spurs, Robertson from Liverpool, Ivan Toney from Brentford, and our very own Bukayo Saka. Listen, it'd be great. It would be great for him to win Player of the Month and, you know, get a Player of the Month card on FIFA as well. But we'll have to see. But listen, that's what you got to do. You got to be in there. I think they're saying that Kane will probably win it. That's the one they're saying that's the favourite. And also, the big man himself, the Lego haircut, Mickey Ross settings, people. Mikel Arteta is one of 5 managers nominated for Manager of the Month. Alongside Antonio Conte, Jurgen Klopp, Brendan Rodgers, and Thomas Tuchel. Can Mikel Arteta's win Manager of the Month? I think he has won it once, hasn't he? So, Rose, that's my nickname. He's definitely got the neatest hair on that picture. I mean, you've got toupee wearing Conte. He can't talk to him when it comes to hair. You've got Thomas Tuchel. I mean, he is all over the place. So he's got a right angle going on here. You got Brendan with the comb over. He's got no chance with the side parting. And you got Kloppy here. I mean, nah, that ain't got nothing on the Lego trim, man. The Lego trim alone should win. Look at that hair, man. It's impeccable. It's absolutely impeccable. No grey hairs, no nothing. He should purely win Manager of the Month for the haircut. But nah, big up Mikel Arteta. Good month, apart from the Arsenal-Liverpool game, which was an absolute... Well, it wasn't a disaster, but I wasn't happy with it. I got to be honest. Man said tactics over trims, Thomas Tuchel. I can't lie. I got to give it him. Man's got you to bare finals since he's been in. But yeah, let's hope Mickey Ross's tactics live up to the hairstyle, you know. But hey, we move, people. Let's see if he wins Manager of the Month again, people. Lego trim, you gotta get it, and I can't help it. Why do I always say Lego trim? Like, what's the Lego thing about? Because I remember the Lego characters when you was a kid, like the hair just slapped on, didn't it? And it kind of looks like Arteta, but I suppose it's a backhanded compliment, you know. His hair's tidy, man. There's definitely some Brill cream gel in there, that is for sure. Photoshopped hair, man. Does Mikel Arteta wear wigs? I think that's all his own. Man said, just let your soul glow. Coming to America settings, man. He's definitely one of them, man. He sits on the chair, and when he comes off, there's definitely a patch of grease on that chair, man, because he's got the wet look going on 24/7 on his hair, man. He's definitely got some grease in there. That's for damn sure. We move, people. Right. What we got next? Only bits and bobs today. I can't lie. It won't be the longest of shows today. Ian Wright is talking. I was going to say capping, but he's talking about man like Tammy the Gal Abraham. As you know, I repeat, people, I am not a particularly big fan of Tammy Abraham at all. But Ian Wright says Tammy has the hunger to finish the chances that Arsenal are not finishing right now. They are making chances, but someone is not in there taking them. Tammy is at that stage now where he would be in there gobbling all that up. If anybody has heard today, people, but Roma, and I said, remember yesterday I said, okay, fair enough. People want Tammy at Arsenal now because he's banging in goals. They paid 33 million for him. How much do you think they're going to want for him? I was saying 60 million for him, which I still wouldn't pay. Roma have come out today and said if anybody wants to sign Tammy Abraham, they want 100 million euros for Tammy Abraham. 84 million pounds. I wouldn't go anywhere near Tammy Abraham for 84 million pounds. Let me tell you, 100 million euros for Tammy Abraham. Sorry, no. When's your next member stream? I'll probably do one next week. We did one last week, so I won't do one this week. There's not a lot going off. I will do one next week. But I may do it at the weekend because Arsenal don't play next weekend anyway. We don't play until the following Monday. So I'll try and do it the weekend. I know a lot of people are at work. So make sure you join. It's in the description if you want to become a member. Come on the member streams and all of that good stuff. So we do one next week, 100%. So Tammy Abraham's out the window, people. Chelsea have a buyback clause on Tammy Abraham next summer for £70 million. So let's see if they rate him high enough to pay £70 million for him. Somehow, I do not think so. Tammy Abraham would have improved Arsenal this season better than Lacazette and Eddie. Yeah, I got to be honest. You know, in the summer when we were linked with him, I didn't want anything to do with him, even at 33 million. I don't rate him. But he's gone to Italy and mashed work. He has, but is that the league that suits him? It's slower. The tempo's easier to deal with as a striker. Maybe that's what it is, you know. Maybe that's where he needs to play. Harvey said he spat his tea everywhere. I'm telling you, 100. If anybody pays 100 million for Tammy Abraham, we might as well shut down football and lock it off. Just close the shop, pull down the shutters, and we'll go and watch ice hockey or something. Because if he's worth 100 million. I don't know what's happened to the game. I can't lie. Lukaku was banging goals in Italy. He was probably the best striker in Italy, let's be honest. He's come here and look at him. Bang average over here. Kid said Serie A is easier. Even Mkhitaryan is thriving. Exactly. Awadi Ra says, Elliot, 100 million euros for Tammy. It's the way the game's gone insane, hasn't it? Christian said, I agree. Honestly, he's overhyped for me. I think he suits the Italian league. If I was him, I wouldn't even rush to come back to the Prem. I don't think he'll do that much in the Prem. Captain Sal said Origi on a free is much better. You know me, I would have took Origi, said it many times. I think he's on his way to AC Milan. Liverbird Live saying no to Pogba. Fair enough. But, you know, you're in a much better position. Liverpool could say no to Pogba. We got Granit Xhaka in midfield. I would take him. But, hey, after Lukaku's performances this year, I can't trust any man who comes from Serie A. I think if you ask Chelsea fans, they feel very let down by what's happened with Lukaku because he was on fire over there. Even for Belgium, he was playing well. And look at the state of him at Chelsea. He's been absolutely bang average. 100 wafers. Honestly, I would not pay 100 caramel digestives for Tammy Abraham. No, man, I don't want Tammy at Arsenal, man. Reem said definitely suits the Italian league. See man doing hella flicks and tricks out there. That time on the ball makes you look like a beat. 100%, bro. Look at Mkhitaryan when he came to the Prem. Went Man U, couldn't do anything. Came to Arsenal, he was going bold at Arsenal. You know what I mean? He's gone to Italy. He looks like a world beater again. If he was 26, 27, people would probably be saying go and buy Mkhitaryan in the Premier League. Serie A's just, it's that 2 seconds slower, man. And if you're not a player if you're a player that requires a bit of time, that's a great league for you. I've said many times Granit Xhaka would look very good in Italy. Just like he looks good for Switzerland, slower league, in the Prem, average. Eros, bro, caramel digestives. Whew, what a biscuit, by the way. Lone Wolf said, long live Pogba. Get Pogboom to the carpet, man. I'm telling you, people, it'll work. Partey will do his dirty work. Pogba sprays the passers. Get that bad boy striker. We're cooking next season. But I get it. Would rather have Eddie as a striker. Lukaku at West Brom was ridiculously good. And at Everton, to be honest. And at Everton. Big C and boldism. Nah, no boldism, man. I know boldism against Mkhitaryan or anyone still. But I'm saying, we stressed that brother out in the Prem. He couldn't cope. 100 million for this B-Tech. Yeah, I don't even know what he is. Who would you say he's the B-Tech version of? Thing is, if Arteta's doing well, can't have a Lego head on green screen, some of the community will go nuts. Listen, a promise is a promise, people. I said if we get top four, Arteta hits the green screen, people. And we'll do a waffle along. I'll cook waffles live on camera. South London said, not for me. Wright is smoking some really high grade ish. Tammy the Galembami. Leave him over there, man. Mourinho's got him cooking over there. Just leave him. You know, we don't have to bring him back over here. Just left him over there. Score your goals and relax. So, yeah, Tammy Abraham. I don't even think it's worth a poll. All right, let's do a poll. We'll ignore the price. We'll ignore the 100 million price. Would you sign Tammy Abraham? Ignore the price. Just would you have him? You know my answer. Leave him where he is, man. Let him enjoy that Rome lifestyle with Jose, man. He's not made for the Prem. Don't get me wrong, he scored a few goals at Chelsea, but... Damn it, Abrapol, yeah, man. No, Curtis, I will do him as an actual Lego figure. Oh, okay. Man said, okay, I'm going for a timer. Yeah, so, yeah, get the Lego figure version of Arteta. We'll put the actual Lego man up there, you know. Jose trolling us again. Yeah, exactly. Comes to buy Xhaka and offers about 12 million for him. Yet when we turn up for one of his players, yeah, just give me 100 million. Jose has literally trolled the living daylights out of us for about a decade, people. You know, remember when we nearly signed Demba Ba on deadline day when he was Chelsea manager and he just stopped the deal at the last minute and left us with no striker. That brother's been trolling us for years. Cruz better than Tammy. I agree, man. I agree. Even at £2, Ruben said it's a no. Who's a bigger flop? Lukaku, Grealish, Buendia, or Dele Alli? I mean, Buendia, it can't be, really. Dele Alli's, nah. It's got to be Lukaku or Grealish because of the price. I think you've almost got to go Lukaku for the reason that Grealish not playing well has had less of an effect on Manchester City than what Lukaku's has had on Chelsea. Chelsea bought Lukaku thinking this gets them the title. A lot of people at the start of the season said, yo, if Lukaku hits the ground running, Chelsea can win the league. You remember against Pablo Mari, it was GBH live on TV, you know what I mean, at the Emirates. And since then, he's been like Benteke. So... for me, I think Grealish is a flop at the moment as well, though. But City are in a fortunate position. If Grealish is poor, they can just say, all right, Raheem Sterling, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez. So I think Lukaku has been a bigger disappointment for Chelsea than what Grealish is. Because Lukaku was one of the best strikers in Europe last year from Inter. He was unplayable at times, you know. Penalty Spot said, I think we still need to put in a cheeky bid for Ivan Toney. I mean, if we were buying two strikers, I wouldn't mind. But if we're buying one and he's the main man, I'm not sure if he's enough. Maybe. Cruz signs for Arsenal and Curtis has to have an awkward meeting with Arteta. Arteta will be long gone by then. Well, I expect him to. Lukaku, the biggest flop. And don't get me wrong, people. I do think that... Grealish has been a big flop. I don't think City should have ever bought him. I said at the time when Manchester City bought Grealish, I said, that is a brand signing. Because when you go to Manchester City, they ground and things like that. I still don't think that Man City have got like many like worldwide big names, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, they haven't got a poster boy at Manchester City. And I think they thought Grealish with the headband, with the socks rolled down, English lad in the England squad, playing for Man City. A lot of kids seem to like him at Man City. I think they thought, oh, we've got a poster boy here. You know, and clubs want that. This is why certain players get signed. Yeah, Boohoo Man settings craze. Yeah, he's in the Boohoo Man adverts. He'll sell loads of Man City shirts. Man said he's a calf merchant. But... I'm telling you, clubs want players like that now because they sell shirts. And they should have signed Kane, let's be honest. If they'd have signed Kane instead of Grealish, they'd have probably won the league already. Because if you put a striker in there that scores 15, 20 goals, they're running away with it. So I think they went for the wrong player, I can't lie. Grealish is a rich man's ESR. Lidl's Beckham. Calf merchant. Boohoo Grealish. We sign too many shirt merch. Yeah, man, you do it all the time. Yeah, he'll sell shirts, sign him, but don't do much. Pitchside Gunner said we should go for Pogba. You know me, I agree, people. Talk about Xavi's Barca. Yeah, he looks like a proper manager already, man. He's took to it straight away, hasn't he, people? I think they're going to be a really good team moving forward. Daily Darwin is back, people. Daily Darwin at the moment. So a little bit of Darwin Núñez. You know, it's the new Vlahovic. He's March's Vlahovic. Arsenal have started a charm offensive to convince Darwin Núñez over joining the club in the summer, reports the Record in Portugal. We're doing our charm offensive to woo him to London. And the story goes on to say, following the rejections to Newcastle and West Ham offers in January, it's now said that Arsenal, who could be in the Champions League next season, are a few steps above those clubs and could seduce the player. They're getting a bit saucy there, man. What's going on here, man? Are you going to seduce him to Arsenal, yeah? But hey, let's see, people. Daily Darwin is back again. Edu and Arteta are going to seduce him. Hey, maybe they'll take him to a strip club. You know, speaking of the polls, in the comment, maybe they'll take him to a strip club and say, listen, mate, this is what London life is about. Surely you want to come here rather than go to Newcastle. It's cold up there, bro. So we'll have to see. But yeah, Shibe is a big fan of Darwin. He said, now we're talking, get the boy baller. Faye said, Arteta's moving mad. Seduction settings, people. 50 Shades of Edu. Listen, there'll be brown envelopes everywhere, man. They'll just be flicking money over here. Ah, dear. Mikel gonna go to a strip club and some smoke. Arteta fluttering his thick black eyelashes. He's going to say, listen, right, Darwin, I've noticed you've got decent hair there, right? You've got some decent hair. If you want to take your hair to the next level, you need to play for Mikel Arteta, mate, because I've got the ultimate hair grease for you, mate. So if you want to keep that hair intact for the next decade, you want to look like him when you're 40, you get yourself to Arsenal, mate. Don't worry about the football. You concentrate on that hair. Harvey said, crying, Curtis, you're going to get Arteta cancelled. Hey, why not, people? We're going for it. Man said they're going to give him a massage with Careless Whisper playing in the back. Oh, dear me. Arteta's going to offer him waffles. Prime waffles, people. Absolute prime waffles to come to the carpet. Cousin Ski said, can you ask Cristiano about Darwin and players to watch in Liga NOS? Yeah, that would be a good idea, actually. I still speak to him. Obviously, he's got a Benfica channel, and I could get him on and ask him about Darwin. Soul glow for Núñez, man. Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through, baby. Oh, dear. Careless Whisper settings, man. It's out of order. I can't lie. Big C, why are Barca fans willing to give Xavi, the new manager, the pass? Arsenal fans don't for Arteta. I'll tell you the difference, Stevie. Xavi is an absolute icon of Barcelona Football Club. Mikel Arteta is not. That is the straight up and down answer, my friend. Xavi's one of the best midfielders they've ever had. Mikel Arteta was a Ford Fiesta replacement for Ferrari Cesc Fabregas. You know, we already had issues with him anyway. But hey, we move, people. Darwin, darling, yeah. Jean said, when do you launch Twitch? Next week, we're going to do that. A lot of people saying that, do reaction videos to some of your old interviews and stuff. So, yeah, we'll get something going off with that. Man said, drizzling that syrup all over the... Yo, let me come off this subject, man. You lot will get me cancelled on here, bro. We move off here, people. Lick down them likes, people. Lick them down. Killer Boss, man. Xavi's first year. This is Arteta's third, exactly. Big difference. The brother's been there half a season. Got him absolutely balling. For 2 years, we were in a dark, dark place, let me tell you, people. Only just now we're seeing a little bit of sunlight in the distance, you know. Yeah, let me end the poll, people. Let me end the poll. 68% of you saying you would not take Tammy the Tammy Abraham at Arsenal. I don't want him anywhere near the carpet. Keep him out of here, man. Leave him in Italy. Stream is more lit today. Can't stop laughing. Comedy gold. International break, man. We got to mix up a bit, but it got a little saucy too quick. I can't lie. It went a bit mad. Why would Pogba move to a mid-table average club like Arsenal? Pogba plays for big boy teams, European elite teams. Arsenal are not that. I just want to tell you, I don't know if you've seen the Premier League table lately, but we're kind of above Manchester United at the moment, so it would actually be an upgrade. You're looking like an iPhone 7 right now, I can't lie. You can't even plug the headphones straight into that. You got to get that little connector and then plug it in. So just thought I'd let you know you're a bit closer to mid-table than we are currently, Devils Miss. So, you know, breaking news for you there, my friend. 1.5k watching. Smash the likes up, people. Can we hit 1,000 likes and get following on the Twitch, people? You know, the ting. Yeah, the chat's wild today. I don't know what's going on, man. People are moving mad today. I don't know if the sun's out in England. You know, in England, people can't handle the sun. It's like 12 degrees. Everyone will tell you it's a heat wave and all that. People in shorts, T-shirt, flip-flops. It's all mad, people. The sun mashes people up in England still. Levan said, yo, Curtis in the community tuning in from McDonald's. Bless up, people. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. I can't lie. I don't eat McDonald's too often nowadays, man. But every now and then, you know, you have to, you know, get a milkshake and a little, you know, some chicken nuggets or something. It works, but not too often, you know. Vitamin D overdose, I'm telling you, man. Oh, Sidon's back. Hey, you know what? Round of applause. Good to have you back, Sid. Good to have you back, mate. I know you've been trolling the last few weeks. Look, here he goes again. Pogba would rather go Leicester than the Tin Pot Club. I mean, Sidon, man. You just, oh, no. You've got to calm down, mate. You seriously, you've been out of control since we slapped your team twice. And I get it. Sometimes we do this in anger. We lash out in anger, people. You've just got to hold it on the chin, you know, and just accept it. Brendan is not quite, you know, it's not quite what you thought, mate. Jamie Vardy can't play forever. You know what I mean? And, you know, but listen, Sidon, cheers to you, mate. To be honest, this would sum up Leicester this year. You've been mugged off by Arsenal. So, Sidon, that's for you, mate. Thanks for 6 points. And Leicester City tears, mate. Appreciate that. Sidon, we've been there. We've been there, mate. I understand. You know, I remember Villa taking 6 points off us. It's painful. But you got to let it go now. You got to let it go. You know, Vardy can't play till he's 40, man. You got to find that replacement. It ain't Ranieri, Dilly Ding, Dilly Dong, and Danny Simpson and Wes Morgan anymore, man. Listen, you won that Prem, and I respect it, but you got to let it go, man. Let it go, let it go. Faye said we will humble Leicester after the break. Yeah, Sidon, man. As I said, 6 points and we'll see you next season. And by the way, if we want Tillemans, we'll probably take him off you as well. Right. He's been mugged off nicely, man. I'm telling you, 2015-16, I respect you coming out swinging like that. In 2022, Leicester, man, you lot need to chill still. I can't lie. He definitely asked for that, man. I had to drop some Elsa Frozen settings on him. That's how mad it is. Leicester Fodder Club, you know what I mean? They need to relax. Thanks for the 6, but they have to scroll down to find Leicester. I don't know where Leicester are in the league table anymore, you know? I have to accept the cookies to find Leicester, so I have no interest in anything Leicester are doing. I can't lie, people. Let's get some comments in. The comments are absolutely brilliant today, by the way. Sidon is good for the channel. He's the villain of our show, and I'm all for it. Yeah, it's like the dysfunctional cousin that lives out of town that's just totally different, you know. But I respect it. This is why we're a community, people. Different kinds of people. It's what makes it work. Brook the next settings, as Kev would say. Edu's pitch to Darwin. Come to Arsenal, get some hair tips from Arteta, and we'll take you out to McDonald's for lunch. Dear. You know what? You might have to go to him like, listen, bro, I know you want to play for Real Madrid, you know, but listen, you ain't ready to go from Benfica to Real Madrid. So what you do, you come to Arsenal for 3 years, and then we sell you to Real Madrid in 3 years' time for double the money. So we'll be the stepping stone, you know? I know Arsenal fans don't want to hear that, but it might be the way we have to do it. Owen said, I understand his pain. We've been there as Gooners, man. We've all seen that, you know, them painful defeats. Michael said, it's that little bit of speech you did yesterday, Curtis. Oh, man. Hey, Sam, they're coming for me today, you know. Devils miss Sidon. They've been firing, but it's all fun and games, man. I don't mind it, man. Next time Sidon comes in, we should all boo the villain. I'm telling you. Man's calling out the misfits of the family. Nah, that's harsh. But yeah. We got the Stella McCartney kits. Darwin, come to us. Yeah, man. Listen, if you want to play looking like a zebra, then come to Arsenal, mate. Yeah, anything you need, we got you, bro. You can either dress like the cheer on the underground with that TFL one. That still for me is one of the worst training kits I've ever seen. So we've gone from dressing like an underground cheer on the tube. Now we're dressing like a zebra out in a wild. I mean, these lot are just taking the mick out of Arsenal fans. I'm telling you, if you don't get Champions League after asking us to dress like a zebra and a cheer on a tube, then I'm telling you, the meltdown will be serious this summer. The meltdown will be serious. Yes, KG, Curtis, big up from Trinidad and Tobago. Respect, brother. Wasim said, can't lie, Curtis. Might have to cop the Stella McCartney next month. Birthday gifts. I mean, listen, if you got to do what you got to do. Some people like it, some people don't, you know. But I need to see Champions League before anything gets purchased. Do you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm wearing 2019 home shirts. Peter said, just join the stream, Big C. What happened? You hit up the armory for all the kit. You got your ticket for Amateur Train about to... Yo, I ain't got the ticket yet, bro. I ain't got the ticket. I'm on the platform, get Champions League, and I hop on when the doors are closing, you know. Please mind the doors, and I just sneak through at the last minute, you know, when we're getting Champions League. Apart from that, they ain't seeing me there, bro. Faye said I'll be unbearable next time, win a trophy. Till then, I'm in a quiet corner. Bro, listen, as I've been saying for about 2 or 3 years, you know, sometimes you have footballing debates with your friends and you'll all support different teams more than likely. I've turned into the Liverpool fans from 20 years ago. Man will be like, yo, what about Arsenal? You lot aren't even got... I'm like, bro, you ain't never won the invincible Premier League. They're like, what? I'm like, yo, you ain't had a midfielder better than Patrick Vieira. What about Thierry Henry? They're like, bro, that was like 15 years ago. You need to let go of that. I said, bro, I ain't letting go of that. I'm still at Highbury with Henry and Wenger, you know, mentally anyway. You know, I haven't even adjusted to the Emirates and Arteta yet. I'm trying to play catch up to that. And that's where I'm at, people. That's where I'm at. It's shameless. I used to ridicule Liverpool fans for talking about the past. Oh, we won European Cups. I said, bro, that wasn't even the Champions League. You weren't even alive. You weren't even born yet them times. But look at me now. Absolute shameless. Talking about history, you know. Oh, 49 games unbeaten. They're like, bro, relax, man. You know, that's all I've got right now. So this brother better get us in the Champions League. That's all I'm saying. Because I might have a meltdown if we don't get Champions League. I'm not trying to be on Thursday night next season. Lone Wolf said, yeah, man, Highbury, man. I'm still wearing my Sega and JVC. I'm telling you, people. I'm still wearing Ian Wright number 8 on the back. Facts, time machine settings, 100%. But we move. We'll get there in the end. I hope. Anyway. I absolutely hope we get there in the end. Because if we don't, it's going to be a long summer. It's going to be an absolute long summer. That is for sure, people. I'm just looking. There ain't a lot out. There's not a lot else going on. It's a very quiet day today, to be fair. But I have to say, people, the comments today have been absolutely magnificent. You know, you've carried us through today. Great banter. Let's get a few more comments in. We'll do 5 minutes, then we'll round up, people. The banter if Spurs get top 4 above Arsenal. I was saying today, if Arsenal don't get top 4 this season, I think this season is a failure. In my opinion. I think this season is a failure if we don't get top 4. And a lot of people will say, but at the start of the season, you was predicting... I predicted 7th at the start of the season. So at the start of the season, if you would have offered me top 6, I would have taken it. However, I think things changed this season. To me, Tottenham have been horrendous this season. They've only just started to kind of get their act together, but they've been terrible, right? We battered them earlier in the season. They sacked their manager. Conte, even when he came in, was having absolute meltdowns. They've just figured things out. And then if they finish above us, that for me is a disgrace. You look at Manchester United. Manchester United have had a horrible season. They wanted Ollie out for months. He went. They've brought in a supply teacher who's not even the permanent manager. And if they get it, then I'm like, well, at what point are we going to get fourth then? Because Tottenham and Man United have been awful this year. So fourth is wide open for us to get it. I think fourth gets harder to get after this season because United will appoint Ten Hag or Poch. They'll give him 200 million to spend. They'll start to put their own, philosophy and system into that team. And they will improve. Make no mistake about that. They will improve. If Conte gets money to spend in the summer and adds a couple of gems around Kane and Son, they will improve. We know that. Conte is a proven winner. You've already got Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool who are way ahead of us. Fourth becomes even more difficult to get next year. So we need Champions League. Now, I know there's been a lot of debate going on at the moment about Arsenal and if we get Champions League and, some people are saying, what's the point Arsenal being in the Champions League if you can't win it? However, we also have to understand, people, that it's very difficult to go from 8th in the league to winning the title or 8th to winning the Champions League. Now, I know some people will say, okay, Chelsea won the title after finishing 10th, but their team was not a 10th place team. It was just the egos blew up inside the dressing room under Jose and they lost it. They weren't a 10th place team. They still had great players. They had Prime Hazard and players like that. We finished 8th because we were actually a poor team. It wasn't just because people were falling out. We were poor. So for me, we have to get in the Champions League, sign better players, go as far as we can in Europe, lift the level up and try and win a trophy next year and try and maintain ourselves in the top 4. I think it would take a few years to be challenging for the title because of the way we're ran. It's different if you're Chelsea, Man City, because they'll just go, there's the money, go and buy what you need. We know that Kroenke doesn't do that. Unfortunately, I've always said I don't think Arsenal will ever win the title or the Champions League with Stan Kroenke as the owner. I hope I'm totally wrong. But time will tell. Time will tell, people. Time will tell. We have to be honest about the situation. Arteta took a team that had finished 5th and got to a Europa League final. He spent 250 million. This is his 3rd season. I would say he should have got Champions League within 3 years of coming to that club. I think he's had enough time to get top 4 with this club. Now, I'm being realistic. They won't let him go. Even if we finish 5th or 6th, they won't let him go. He'll sign a new contract. They love him. He saved them 40% of the wage bill. He says everything they like to hear in the press conference. But we have to see progression. And I mean proper progression. Finishing 8th and then finishing 6th is not good enough for Arsenal, in my opinion, when you've spent 150 in the summer. Yeah, listen, you've got to raise your standards. And look, not everyone will agree. There's people there saying, that's rubbish. But to me, as an Arsenal fan, when he took over, I would have said 3 years is long enough to get us back in the Champions League. I know he's had to clear out the squad and get rid of some players, but he's had a lot of control about what he wanted to do. He signed the players he wanted. They've called him the manager now, not the head coach. So clearly they've got a lot of faith in him. Being honest, never could see Arsenal win the Champions League with the Kroenkes. Would bet my house on it. Yeah. Socially outcasted. I wouldn't say that, Kurt. It's only because there was Deadwood even during Emery's time, but nobody has addressed that. I would say, though, I think Arteta has been given the reins a bit more than Unai Emery. Emery came out and said, didn't he wanted Zaha, they gave him Pepe. He wanted Fabinho, they gave him Torreira. He didn't get the players he wanted. If you're a manager and you don't get given what you're asking for, it's very difficult for you to do your job properly. It's like me saying, I need a hammer to put that nail into the wall, and you give me a piece of string. Like, what do you want me to do with it? It's going to be difficult. I didn't ask you for that. It's difficult where I feel with Arteta, he seems very much in control of what's happening at Arsenal and who he signs and the way we're doing things, Yeah, listen, maybe Emery was not brave enough to question them, or maybe he was too brave and that's why they got rid of him. I don't know. I think he just got told, coach the players, don't ask about anything else. Get on with your job. And obviously, like Andrew's saying, he struggled with the language barrier. But listen, I've always said I think Emery was a good manager. I think the language issue was his biggest problem. I think that's why he lost the dressing room. But looking back at it, was he the problem or were the players the problem? Maybe we should have sold 7 or 8 players and given him the money. But, you know, we're talking ifs, buts and maybes. What Arteta's doing now is better, but he has to finish the job. If we have this good season and this good run and then we finish 6th, it means nothing. He's got to do it, finish 4th, then we can really start building. Yes, sir said 8th FA Cup plus Community Shield. I mean, depends how you look at that. 50% of that, I can say, right, positive, FA Cup, Community Shield, cool. 8th and 8th is horrendous. So, yeah, as Kev would say, it's the players. It's the players, you know. But listen, this is where I debate Kev on that. It is the players. It's always the players because the players play. But you can see that the managers can have such a big influence on these players. And that's what I always try and debate and argue with Kev. You know, if it's the players, why are managers getting £30 million a season? And that is because these managers can do so much more with certain players. Lampard was struggling at Chelsea. Tuchel won the Champions League with the same players. Do you know what I mean? And got top 4 in the same season. That's the difference in management. You know, Pep Guardiola, Klopp, Conte, Simeone, these managers are on a different level to the majority of other managers. So it is the players, but I do think these managers can have a massive impact on those players. Emery played Socrates as a starter and finished 5th. And imagine if he'd have had better players. Big up Broads, man. He said, Cheese, I like the background Champions League incoming. I hope so, bro. I'm enjoying your tour of the Football League as well. This brother's scouting at the moment. If you look on his story on Insta, the man's going to every league in the every ground in the Football League. Harvey said, I got a question for you, Curtis. Who do you think Arsenal will sign as striker, not who you want per se? I've always said, right, and the one I'm adding now, I think Arsenal will sign Darwin Núñez or Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think they're the 2 strikers. I think Arsenal will get one of those 2, in my opinion. I don't think Jonathan David. I don't think Patrick Schick. I don't think Osimhen. No, Ollie Watkins. I think they'll sign Núñez or Calvert-Lewin. That's my opinion. I don't agree with both of them, but I think they'll get one of those 2. Arteta is the man to win us titles, but top 4 isn't the man to win us titles, but top 4, yes. Big C, I think we get Lautaro Martinez. It depends. If they win the title, I'm not sure he'll want to leave. Broad said it's the players, but Aubameyang went to Barca and showed us class is permanent. I think the Aubameyang name's going to have to go into that box with Haaland of things. A lot of people don't like that conversation. I had it the other day and people were very triggered, but I hear you. Still cannot see Arteta finishing 4th, more likely 6th. If so, he should be sacked, but the club's standards are on its knees. Listen, let's hope he can get 4th. That's all we can do. Sit here and hope. If he gets it, we'll applaud him. If he doesn't, I will certainly be asking questions. People, thank you very much for tuning in today. We've been on for an hour and 3 minutes. Absolutely loved it. Honestly, the comments today have been absolutely elite. I know I say it every day, but today, you lot took it to the next level. You know, we get top 4 usually. Today, you lot were title winners, Champions League winners, man. The banter's been unbelievable today. Really appreciate it. We will be back again tomorrow, 2 p.m. And don't forget, go and watch Talk is Cheap on AFTV. I think that dropped about an hour ago if you want to watch more content. And yeah, we'll probably do a watch along this weekend. I'll cherry pick one of the fixtures. I know Ghana play Nigeria. I think that's tomorrow. I know Jamaica play Canada this weekend. And obviously England play Ivory Coast as well. Maybe we could, Pepe up against England. So we'll definitely get a watch along. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. We're going to do watch alongs on there. We're kicking off on there next week. If you want to see more content, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, people. Heat wave in England. Well, not quite heat wave, that's for sure. But enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bless.